Hey everybody, Luke here from Luke Mansky Racing and Performance. Back again with another video about the Jeep. It's been a little bit. I know I haven't updated you guys about how the trip went to King of Hammers or anything like that. Just getting back about a week ago. It's been super busy trying to get everything and kind of been putting off doing this video because it's just kind of something I didn't really want to do right now. But just to fill you guys in, we did make it to King of Hammers. I want to show you kind of what ended up coming of the car. I know that last week of the build, it was just so busy, you know, putting so many hours in, such late nights, that I didn't really have time to film or edit or anything like that. I am sitting on a little bit of footage from that time. I don't know if I'll end up ever releasing it or not. It's just a lot of roll cage stuff, a lot of little bits that I don't know how well were executed or anything, but it might come in this video, maybe not, we'll see. And also toward the end, I do want to fill you guys in on what I've got going on right now, where the channel is headed, what's going to happen with this thing, and so on. But I guess to start out, to just talk a little bit about how the trip went. So we made it to King of Hammers like we wanted. The car, when we left, was about 95% ready. It wasn't quite there. I knew I was going to have to do a little bit of work yet to pass tech when we got there, which was okay. I had my co-driver there who we were going to meet up with, who was going to be able to help, and we were going to have, you know, a whole, hopefully half a day is what I wanted to work on it. So we loaded it on the trailer, not quite finished, and we went to King of Hammers. So, okay, sorry about that. I had a train go by honking the horn, but unfortunately, you know, we did make it, and we just had a number of things unfortunately go wrong that we didn't have time to prep for. Things with the car, we blew tires on the trailer. You know, we just... everything seems like possible that could have gone wrong did go wrong, and you know, that's racing. It sucks, but it's how it is. You know, there is a lot of people out there that were able to race that had a lot worse problems than we did, so we are fortunate. We're fortunate that this thing isn't burned to the ground. We're fortunate that we're safe, of course, but it does hurt a little bit because we did get so close to racing, and we just weren't able to get it done. But if you want to hear a little bit more in depth about what everything went wrong, I will link a post I have on Race Desert. It was originally a post talking about the build. I abandoned it for a while, and then I just put an update there about detailing everything that went wrong with the trip and you know what eventually happened. But long story short, we didn't end up making the start line, which sucks. We did learn a lot. We'll be back for next year. This thing is going to be actually race ready next year. You know, even if we would have made the start line, the course was really tough, as always, at King of Hammers, of course, and I can say with pretty much 100% certainty that we would not have finished the race. This little XJ is probably pretty capable, but there's a number, dozens of people that raced the stock class that did not finish with way better vehicles than this one. I think out of 44 people that started stock class, 7 of them finished. 2 of those 7 were in brand new Broncos. So we probably wouldn't have finished. We would have had a broke car, but still would have liked to try, you know. But like I said, stuff happens. It's not the end of the world. We'll get to try again next year. We'll have a lot more time to prepare for it next year too. But now I'm going to transition. I'm going to flip the camera around, and I'll try to show you a lot of this stuff we did on the car that I wasn't able to show before the trip. Alright, so first thing here, we did do all pretty much new front suspension. Obviously, you know, like you know, track bar and stuff is not new, but springs, shocks, we went with these Foxes. The sway bar links, you know, everything like that is new. Thought it was going to ride really well. We didn't get a chance to test that, unfortunately. Here's another shot. We went with the Skyjacker kit. They did sponsor this build graciously, you know, and unfortunately it just didn't work out. I wish I could have represented them better, but you know, we'll have that again next year as well. If we go inside, actually one thing, I think I talked about this, but these are plexiglass windows. We decided not to go with window nets, so we went with the plexiglass windows instead. That way, you know, because we did it originally at one point plan to drive this thing out to the race. That's why we decided to go this way. Of course, we didn't do that, but still something we did. So we've got the cage in here. I got that pretty much completely done. As you can see, that turned out really good. That was something I haven't really done before. So it was a really good learning experience to put a cage into, you know, a car like this. The only cages I had really ever done is on, you know, UTVs or open air stuff that you can get at all sides. But it was definitely a learning experience to try to do this. That's for sure. We got, you know, the intercom and kill switch there. Tore pretty much everything out of here. There is, of course, no seats in. That's a floor I had to make. I don't know if I showed much of that on video at the time. That was kind of a pain in the butt, but we ended up making it work. If we go back there, there's the fuel cell we mounted early in the series. There's the fuel pump. It's unbolted right now. We did actually have problems with that. That was one of the issues. That thing was just leaking fuel like crazy, and I couldn't fix it to save my life. So we will have to rework how that setup goes, and hopefully in a future video I can detail, you know, exactly how we did it, what we did wrong, and, you know, what we're gonna do to change that. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, that's pretty much it for in here. This thing was, you know, relatively stock. We did the rear leafs as well. All new rear leafs, new rear shocks, of course, so the same Foxes. We welded the rear diff. There's that. But yeah, nothing really too crazy back here. These are the wheels and tires we ended up going with. Of course, the Kumo mud trains that I showed you before. These things are so sick. I really wish I would have had a chance to run them, of course. I did talk to Kumo, and they graciously, it sounds like, do want to keep supporting our program. So you should see these guys on the car again next year. And then we had these Raceline beadlocks, steel. These things are pretty sweet, but I want to show you a little issue we had. So if you look at this one, this was an issue on 3 of the 5 wheels. So I went to go mount them. I had these wheels shipped to King of Hammers. I didn't have time to get them before the race, so I just took the bare tires out there, had the wheels shipped, and went to go mount them up while we were out there. And look at this. So those line up, right? But then if you go around, it starts to really not line up over here, to the point where these things have no way of going on. Right? I mean, that beadlock is never going to go on there right. And we had that with 3 of the 5 wheels. Absolutely insane. So that was a huge problem. As you can see, this one isn't even mounted up. We were able to get some of them mounted, but that was another huge problem we ran into out there. I am going to contact Raceline about these wheels, see what there is to even do, and I'll keep you guys updated on that. They do seem like a great product, but I don't want to recommend them until I figure out what's going on with this. But yeah, that's about it for me today. Just wanted to recap everything that happened on our journey to King of Hammers in the last, you know, month and a half. I do, you know, in hindsight, I really do believe that you can build a car like this in 30 days. It is possible, but my biggest mistake was starting the build on day 1 and ordering the parts then. You know, I should have ordered all the parts and then started the build when I had all the parts, right? It really, you know, kind of turned into a 2-week build just because it took so long to get some of the parts. And it was made it really tough. You know, I think you might be able to look back and see that, you know, in some of those earlier videos, I was kind of just twiddling my thumbs a little bit, doing some of the more minor things on this Jeep. And that's mainly just because I didn't have the parts to do anything else. And then, you know, as I started to get more and more parts toward the end, you know, those last 2 weeks were just absolutely crazy, working till, you know, almost 2 a.m. every night, which I don't think would have been the same if we had everything at the beginning, you know. But you live and you learn. For next year, I will not be doing it in 30 days. We'll be spreading it out a lot more. I'll be making more content about it. So that'll, I think, be a little more relaxing for everybody. But as for right now for the channel, we got a couple things coming. So I'm sure you guys have seen, I've posted some trailers and a little bit of content about virtual desert racing, which is something we're launching through Racer First Sim Racing Community. The most realistic desert racing experience on any sim right now. It's something we're very passionate about. It's something that's going to be a really great tool for people that already race, but it's also going to be something that hopefully makes more people interested in desert racing, which is something we love so much, of course. So you see some content about that. I've got a review of some sim gear. That'll be a new thing for the channel. And then, of course, we do have some build content that we're going to be working on as well. We are going to be building the Legend car right now. I've got plans to race that thing in a couple months here locally. So we're going to do some videos about prepping that, getting that ready to race, and hopefully do a little bit of vlogging about racing that as well, which is going to be really fun. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are excited too. Last thing, I just want to thank one more time the sponsors of this project, Luke Mansky Racing and Performance, Kumo Tires, Skyjacker Suspension. I really couldn't have made it as far as I did without them. Their products have been great so far. They were awesome to install, and I'm confident they would have worked really well too, should we have made it. But that's about it for the recap. I appreciate everybody following the journey so far, but hopefully there's a lot more to come. Thanks. Have a great day.